Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.
Starting next year, you won't be able to buy a 100-watt incandescent light bulb. The government is phasing out incandescents in favor of more efficient LED and fluorescent bulbs. The move is designed to conserve energy and help clean up the environment. But it's not just consumers moving to a greener way of life. Businesses in North Carolina are going green too, and they're cutting costs and creating jobs in the process. Kelly McHenry has the story.
Hey, you ready?
Yeah, we're ready to run the fuel cell.
This is as green as it gets. A new energy-efficient light bulb powered not by coal or nuclear-generated electricity, but by hydrogen power. It runs on a hydrogen fuel cell made right here in North Carolina.
We think it has a great deal of potential as it relates to our utility business and specifically for use in backup power.
This unit, made by Microcell Corporation, is used to demonstrate hydrogen power at Piedmont Electric Membership Cooperative in Hillsboro. Up to now, hydrogen was best known for powering things like the space shuttle.
Roger, roll, Atlantis.
But Microcell came up with a way to make fuel cells much cheaper and faster than those used by NASA. They're also much quieter than gas generators. And all they give off is water. As a result, some utilities in North Carolina and Virginia are using them for backup power.
With our fuel cell, we can replace those lead-acid batteries with a technology that's much cleaner, made of benign materials, and that will run as long as the hydrogen fuel is provided to it. So instead of the 8 hours, now we can go 72 hours and higher.
Reebok says they're now working on generators for homeowners who lose power, say in a storm like Hurricane Irene. Microcell is one of several new green tech companies that got a boost for their business from the North Carolina Green Business Fund. The fund has given out millions of dollars in grants since 2008.
We've helped over 75 companies commercialize new green technologies, implement energy efficiency projects, and renewable energy installations across the state.
We were able to make improvements and add more automation. And so we were able basically to move from a working prototype to a production model.
David Flagler was a keynote speaker at a meeting of the state's Council for Entrepreneurial Development. He started Clean Marine Solutions, a way to recycle water used to clean boat bottoms. That water is contaminated with heavy metals and other pollutants that cannot be put back in the waterway. His solution? A chemical that separates the waste from the water.
The particulate falls to the bottom of a cone bottom tank and it's drained off and dried, and it's a non-hazardous substance because our polymers bind the heavy metals. We use that water. That water is recycled, disinfected and recycled to wash another boat.
He credits the Green Business Fund with helping him get his company off the ground, which now has systems along the East Coast and generating interest in Europe. Good for clean marine solutions and good for the environment. One of the biggest efforts to clean the environment is, of course, to reduce emissions from cars and trucks. Well, this food processing center in Hillsboro is designed to do just that. It's a kind of rent-a-kitchen for area farmers. They bring in produce, meat, and grains, then process and package them to sell to area grocery stores. Local produce in local stores means food doesn't have to be trucked long distances.
Most of the produce in North Carolina comes from California and Florida. If you think about the food miles that product travels, first of all, sometimes you just don't want to eat it. But more importantly, it costs money. As energy becomes more of an issue, the cost of transporting those foods is felt by everybody, the retailers, and usually that ends up being passed on to the consumers.
A farmer himself, Rennell says area farmers' markets are plentiful, but they're not open all the time and are harder for consumers to get to. This processing center is designed to give those farmers a way to compete with other states in food production that will end up in grocery stores throughout North Carolina.
And once we get the opportunity to get local product into local retail, we are really opening the market for lots of jobs and lots of economic ripple effects.
According to the Brookings Institute, North Carolina ranks 11th nationwide in clean economy jobs. State and local experts would like to better that ranking, especially in the Research Triangle Park.
We sometimes get overshadowed by biotech and IT in this area because they're so big, but this gives us some visibility so they can see that there's a growing clean tech industry in North Carolina.
I think we're going to see more and more development of alternative energy sources, and I think it has an important component to our overall energy portfolio mix that we're going to be needing to depend on as we have to meet future energy needs.
Officials say that future is definitely getting brighter for green tech business in North Carolina. Although we may not be as green as we can get yet, state experts say all this clean thinking is the fuel that will help power our economy in the future.
Innovations such as Microcell's portable combined heat and power system or clean marine solutions, green power washing systems are really the engines of the future job creation because those are the new technologies and products that will help move the state's economy forward in the future.
You can see the hydrogen fuel cell in action for yourself. Just contact the Piedmont Electric Cooperative in Hillsborough. We've got a link on our website.
Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.